Yes,
Hello, welcome back to another episode of the Holistic Cannabis Show, where I am your hostess, Dr. Yolanda Henderson, and always joined by my wonderful co-host,
Hen Henderson.
Hen Henderson.
Yep. Find me on Facebook, Hen Henderson.
Hen Henderson. Find him on Facebook. All right, Mr. Hen Henderson, can you let our viewers know exactly where they can find us and share the show on social media?
Of course, on Instagram and Facebook, you can find us at manifesttv.status.
That's right.
On Periscope and Twitter, you can find us at status_network_.
All right.
All right. You can call in with any questions that you have, 470-251-4647. And I got a new email address as well. If you're looking to sponsor our show, all right, you can email sponsor@statusnetwork.net.
All right.
And what we'll do is we'll talk about your business all over our business.
That's right. All right, so we're just thankful for the sponsors that we do have. The Gift of Life Community Home, which is our nonprofit organization who is doing great things in the community. We're also want to thank our other sponsor, NTH Credit, and Atlanta, Georgia Academy of Cannabis Science, and we'll talk more about them a little later in the show. But first, we're going to talk about our topic of discussion for today, which is really dear to me, as I was a soldier in the Army. All right, and you know, the situation for emotional support hits home whenever you're ordered to get ready to go to war, or whenever you have to leave your home territory, or just getting into an accident, or seeing someone in an accident, or training for an emergency. A lot of that have to do with PTSD. That's post-traumatic stress disorder, and it is very, very detrimental to a lot of people, especially our veterans. So we want to dedicate this show to all of our veterans who suffer from PTSD and who need a relief. And I'm not talking about another psychotic medication. You know, there's a lot of pharmaceuticals on the market for PTSD, but I'm talking about an all-natural supplement, a place in a desire to get something that will cause you to be happy and whole again, and just feel your ultimate best. Now, not to say it's going to take away all of your problems, all of your memories. It's not an erase your memory, medication. But cannabis is your non-toxic drug. And I have a little saying that I got on Facebook on the other day, and it really did a lot to me and for me, because it really helped me to realize that there are safe and effective medications through medical cannabis, or people say that recreational cannabis is medical, and I say it is all medical because it helps the endocannabinoid system. So the little saying that I have is regards to the endocannabinoid system, and it just lets us know that there is a safe way that we can use our cannabinoids. So it says, hello, my name is Human Being. I have an endocannabinoid system in my body. By nature, by the universe, I choose to utilize this natural system in my body to better my health and well-being. There are some other human beings out there who believe they have a right or a duty to prevent me from returning to my very own nature. But as an intelligent, peaceful, and free-thinking being, I understand that no man has a right to prevent any other man from his nature. I am human being, and I prefer cannabis for medical and spiritual purpose or use. It's natural, non-toxic, and best of all, it's non-lethal. 0 deaths and infinite smiles. I love cannabis, and no law or opinion will ever change my nature. Powerful. Okay, so if you don't know that there's a choice We all should have a choice for medical cannabis, especially for those who served our country and who is suffering in silence and need access, safe access, if I may say, but to be able to conduct your own fields and grow your own plants it will be beneficial. It's helping nature. It's helping the planet. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about the birthdays for this month, or for anyone who's celebrating June. I know we had the Army celebrate a birthday this month for June, and so we come to the end of June and we just reiterate all the wonderful things that we had happening. And for Father's Day, we had a great, peaceful time for Father's Day. And I'm also a runner-up for Miss Veteran America. I am so excited for the semifinalists. To be a semifinalist for Miss Veteran America in care of Final Salute. So we want to salute the organization for such a powerful platform to have and to help women veterans, especially those who suffer from PTSD or who have other ailments going on, that strive through the tough times and to have an enjoyment, a place to where they can get rid of that outlet, get rid of those feelings of those negative thoughts and have a free, spirited, happy moment to be able to celebrate each other. And to all of the other contestants, I just want to say I salute you all for joining with us in this race to help women homeless veterans. So that is the other topic for the show today. So PTSD and veterans and helping women homeless veterans. You can support me by going to donately.com/Final Salute Inc. All right, and making a contribution. Anything large or small, $25 a day helps a homeless woman veteran get off the street, give her a meal, and help her through the other programs that Final Salute offers. All right, so we will talk more about that, but we have a quick video that we want to talk about in regards to PTSD and veterans. So we want to get that going for you. And if you all have any questions or concerns, the number to reach us personally is
470-251-4647.
all right. And our other number to reach us is 1-888-959-2093. There you go. All right. And so there is so many homeless veterans out here. Women veterans is what we try to help and strive to help. And we are actually going to be placing. So if you know anyone who is a woman and a veteran who's homeless at this time, please let us know and give us a call, or have them to call us so that we can get those women placed. And especially if they're a veteran again, and if they have children, they are an emergency situation. All right, so we have this quick video about PTSD and cannabis and we want you all to watch. So we'll be right back to discuss more after this.
I like to say PTS, post-traumatic stress, because to me it's not a disorder. To me it's just who I am now. The weed was the catalyst that got me to where I am now. It was after my time in Iraq that I started to feel the weight of what was going on. It was about 6 months after I got back. I stopped taking care of myself. I was having really bad anxiety. It got really bad. I was super hyper vigilant. If I went to a restaurant, I'd have to sit facing the door so I knew what was coming in, what was going out. I wasn't leaving my house. Like I got to a point where I stopped going to work because I couldn't leave the house. It was a fear. It was like this fear that was within me that I didn't really understand where it came from. It was just there. And I was diagnosed with a personality disorder not otherwise specified. I found out later was what they were diagnosing people with who were later diagnosed with PTSD. After that diagnosis, it was pretty much the end of my career. I was medically discharged and out within a few weeks. The Navy doctors are who diagnosed me with a personality disorder. As soon as I went to the VA, They said, no, this is PTSD. They rated me for PTSD, diagnosed me with PTSD, and that was the end of that. So the first line of defense for PTSD with the VA is pills. Over a period of 5 years, they put me on 40 different types of medication. You know, I was on all kinds of antidepressants, all kinds of anti-anxiety drugs. I was on pain meds. The pills didn't work for me. I literally, when I say I sat on my couch and drooled on myself, that's what I did. Sat on my couch, hated my life, drooled on myself, and felt sorry for myself. I was watching the National Geographic channel. It was a special about veterans with PTSD using cannabis as an alternative. So that day I called up my friend, asked her to get me some weed, and we sat in my living room and smoked a joint, and I laughed, and I smiled, and I felt good. That was the turning point in my life. 2 weeks went by, and I became a weed activist and made cannabis my purpose in life. While those pills help you not feel anything, that's not the case with marijuana. Cannabis is that thing that kind of makes you think, and it makes you a little bit introspective. You have all this huge purpose in the military, or so you think you have this huge purpose in the military. I lost that when I got out of the Marine Corps. Getting into a cannabis community it really helped me out a lot. It helped me realize I was part of something bigger than myself, and that's what I've wanted. That's what I've been looking for. I mean, I think the most important thing about PTSD, especially with vets, because we have this like masculinity complex, right? Swallow your pride and talk to somebody, because that's the first step in getting better. And I'm living proof of that. You know, I can't say that I'm healed at all, because I still have some times where I have a hard time, but I'm better. And getting into therapy and talking about my problems and just really connecting with other human beings, it's invaluable. And I still have it, but I am not, it doesn't rule my life anymore.
All right.
I smoke weed every day.
And he smoked weed every day. All right. So you all saw what the gentleman talked about. I mean, this is powerful, you guys. This is truth. This is realness. This is, when he talked about the 40 pills, I almost couldn't watch it, because I knew, and I've seen this before. This was something that I mean, I had a rolling bag full of medications, and I have had to eliminate all of those medications because, number one, my liver was going crazy. I would go back to the VA for blood tests, and my liver enzymes were just horrible. You know, I was going to be on the verge of having to get a liver transplant because I was taking so many medications. And then I was going to going through the ups and downs of the different medications, the trials and errors, didn't know what was going to work for me, and not knowing what I was going to be able to do. I was bedbound. I couldn't leave the house. I didn't want to leave the house. So a lot of the message, it hits home. And to those who are still suffering in silence, and they don't talk about it, or they try to hide it, or don't believe that it's real, it's what it is. Okay, post-traumatic stress happens. It can happen to anybody. But for those who served in the military or still serving, if you're serving, you're going through the trials and the tribulations right now. So that, to me, being able to have access, okay, you can't get psychoactive, okay, you can't get high, you don't need to be high all the time, I get it. They have CBD products for that. They have hemp oil, they have CBD oil that helps patients, any kind of patient, whether you're a veteran or a civilian, to be able to calm down and to be able to accept life and deal with life. It's already bad enough what we go through on the day-to-day with our economy and with the shootings, and we just watched a submarine submerge in the ocean, and all of the 5 guys died. So seeing those type of things, that's a traumatic experience, just life on its own terms. And we have people in Congress who are telling us that this is not beneficial for us, not knowing the health and the wellness benefits. of cannabis and how it helps, especially those who serve our country. So, Mr. Henderson, what are your thoughts about it?
Well, I don't know. I don't really have too many thoughts about it. I know that cannabis is good for just anybody in general. I understand the focus is on veterans and everything, but it's some people in the neighborhood that didn't go to the military that suffer from PTSD.
That's true.
That also need it. So I think that while we're making awareness or raising awareness for people who suffer from PTSD, let's not forget those individuals who are outside of the military, right?
That's true.
That's mainly going to be people who may have saw somebody get killed, or so seeing death does not just limit the sight of it to a battlefield.
That's true.
Seeing a bad car accident, the death of a loved one, seeing somebody actually get killed.
That's true.
It's post-traumatic. And I don't think that anybody has the right to say, oh, well, you didn't see this, so, or your traumatic event wasn't as traumatic as mine.
Right.
So, yeah, we needed more than you, which I've heard people say that too.
Right.
We need weed more than everybody else. No, you don't. You don't need weed no more than nobody else. All right, so I think we should really have it to where anybody who suffers with PTSD should be able to go and talk to their mental health physician or their doctor and get a prescription for some cannabis. Good old cannabis.
That's true. You're right. Thank you for your input. And he is right. Everyone, like I stated, the nation, should be able to. And then if you want to go to a foreign country, you got to be scared, just like the basketball player, the WNBA star, faced, jail time for going to another country because she was medicating. And so we need to understand and get to an agreement in the world. It's not just about America. If you want to talk about, everybody needing it, not just Americans, everyone should have safe access, and not just safe access. I mean, I'm talking about safe meaning is lab tested, or you growing it your own and you know how to properly grow it, and that's where the education comes from. Everyone should be educated in the matter of medical cannabis, or AKA just plain cannabis, or adult use cannabis. Everyone should be just educated. Education is the key, and then advocating, because there's not enough people who are advocating. They're scared, or we can't talk about this. You know how many people, especially in the military, they cannot talk about cannabis. They cannot discuss it. They're on duty. They are the main ones who need it to, and it's like a vitamin supplement. It's an enhancer. It helps you to think clearly. It helps you to understand orders. I mean, if I was still in the military, I would have not a problem with my soldiers or whoever indulging in CBD and having them, because there's other stuff that's worse. I remember when I was in the military and I took ibuprofen or naproxen. It gave me ulcers, just stuff like that for pain that I could have taken natural remedies for, that I wouldn't have gotten another illness from. Going to the chaplain. I remember going to the chaplain about depression or about missing home or whatever. If I would have had, something that had helped me with my anxiety about being away from my family or my children, then that would have been a better instance for me personally. And that's what I can look back on and reflect from being a former military Army veteran. So if you all have any questions or concerns about anything that I just said, you may call us again to find out what you can do to get your medical cannabis card, because I do have doctors on standby who are ready to get that card. I can see you and determine which strain is necessary for you and help you get a card as well. My number to be reached is 1-888-959-2093, and I can help you get your medical cannabis card. All right. So next on the agenda for today is our Miss Veteran America competition. I am again a semifinalist for the 2023 Miss Veteran America, and I would love to share the opportunity for you guys to come out and see. I will find out next week if I made it to the finals, and if you all would like to join. I don't have to be there for you all to support or to join. I want you all to get educated and to learn about Final Salute. Final Salute is a nonprofit organization who helps with the sponsorship of the homeless veterans, those women who are without homes, and their mission is to provide homeless women, veterans, and their children with safe and suitable housing. All right, so there's many factors behind women veterans that are homeless, and they have 3 different programs, one being the home program, and that one is the outreach. It says the housing outreach and mentorship empowerment. Okay, so that's the home program, and then the other one is the SAFE program, and that one helps with I cannot read that. Can you blow that up a little bit more?
Savings assessment.
Yes, savings
education.
There you go. And I want everyone else to be able to see that. Savings, assessment, and financial education. So that's almost like what Mr. Henderson does for our families with credit repair. But this one is a great way for women who join the program and they go into the shelter, or they need the funds for bills or their financial obligations they're not meeting. They will be able to help and support that. All right. And then so FSI, or Final Salute, was established to identify and meet the unique needs of homeless women, veterans, and their children. And the next uniform is a way for them to be able to get a makeover and clothing and, just be able to be successful in applying for a job and facing the world. So they have a lot of things that they offer for females, and I just salute this organization because we don't hear about organizations helping out, especially the women veterans, every day. All right, so we just salute them. We thank them for everything that they do, and for having the courage and the grace and the pose and everything that comes with being Miss Veteran America, to all of these other people who are watching and joining the veteran advocacy for homeless women veterans. So stay tuned for that next week. I will be letting you know if I did make it to the finals, and the way that you can support. All right. So in other news, we have some information about cannabis. All right. So it says here that fibromyalgia patients are benefiting from THC and using fewer opioids when they do. All right. So it's cutting back on some of the other bad medications that we use that could hurt us or get us addicted. All right. Some have suggested that rescheduling marijuana would address many of the existing conflicts stemming from federal prohibition, and they're wrong. Moving cannabis to a lower schedule would fail to provide states with explicit legal authority to regulate it within their borders, free from federal interference, and do little to facilitate research. We got to talk about that. What do you think? All right, and then a question. Could cannabis be a good treatment option for generalized anxiety disorder? So take a look at the latest science. All right, so if anybody know anything about generalized anxiety disorder, it's almost like PTSD, it's anxiety, right? All right, so are there legal dispensaries in your neighborhood? That could mean fewer illicit market purchases are happening where you live. So the black market is kind of going away, but are we really understanding how things are being taxed and double taxed within the dispensaries? Are we understanding how we're losing a lot of money by having those dispensaries? What do you say about that, Mr. Henderson? I'd like to hear your input.
Okay, well, the tax code have to catch up to what the federal laws are concerning cannabis. Of course, with an industry like the cannabis industry, it's going to be some power vacuums, some financial power vacuums taking place.
Right.
There's not really a lot of allocation of the tax funds that's being collected from the dispensaries. So it's almost like a money grab situation in those places where the cannabis is going legal.
That's right.
Which I kind of speak about routinely, until you get safe banking, that's going to ease some of that, right?
Right.
That's going to ease some of that situation with the financial part of the cannabis space.
Right.
So it's a lot of things at play. Right now, you have some dispensaries that's being taxed double, right? They already can't take the standard deductions for businesses,
right?
Like defraying salaries. Can't do that. Get your money back for advertising and marketing for your dispensary. Right now, you can't. So there is still quite a bit of work that needs to be done with the cannabis industry. But what I'm recognizing is that just by states coming on board and giving people a little taste, it's kind of making the advocacy for it kind of wane down a little bit, because people feel like, okay, I got a dispensary, so that's great, we've arrived, but not yet.
All right.
Let's not celebrate too soon.
And that's
still got some work.
That's right, but that's not an excuse to give up. That's not an excuse to not get your card. We want you to continue to get your cards. I know the number of card holders has gone up in Georgia since our new, cannabis dispensaries opened. So we're just excited about that here in the state of Georgia. And then we have this quick video that we wanted to share about homeless women veterans, though. Before we go into the next topic, if we have that video, we'll be right back after this.
Hi, my name is Amy. I served in the Army, deployed to Afghanistan and Iraq. Oh, and I'm homeless. Well, actually, I'm moving into this new transitional home today, provided by a non-profit organization called Final Salute, Inc. Come on in. Let me show you my crib. I've always wanted to say that. That's Karen Kiesling, the gracious donor that helped us buy the house, and it's newly remodeled thanks to them. I can stay here for up to 2 years if I need to. There are 3 floors to this house, and lots of stairs. My legs are gonna look amazing after 2 years. There are 2 large living areas and an expanded kitchen, so we have room to move around. It has 8 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms, and can accommodate 10 women veterans and children at a time. 80% of the food and household items come from our gracious donors. And I do mean gracious. This is 2-ply, and this is Nutella. Nutella. That's the cleaning schedule. Looks like I'm on trash duty. Over there is the kids' playroom. I don't have any kids, but my housemate Liz does. She was in the Air Force. Hey girl, hey! There's also 2 patios, and this is Flatley Foyer, where we have team building events. And this is my room. This is my room. Well, I hate to rush you off. I'm meeting with someone that will help me with my resume, which is one of the wraparound support services provided. I'm looking forward to settling into my new home. This was my last one.
All right. Shouts out again to Final Salute Incorporated for everything that you all are doing in the community and with these homeless women veterans. That is a nice house. I mean, how else can we get involved? We can make a donation to finalsalute.org. And on behalf of myself, Yolanda Henderson, for Miss Veteran America 2023, you can do that by going to the website and clicking on the donate button and donating today. $25 is a minimum you can do to help out a woman veteran in those homes that are in need of a financial blessing or a breakthrough for fighting for this country. What more do you ask for a woman veteran that needs the assistance? I mean, we don't want to see these women on the streets. We see men on the street all the time with the signs, but forbid we see a lot of women out here, and the numbers are growing. You know, after COVID, post-COVID, a lot of these places are going back from the rental, the laws that supported the rental agreements that allowed people to stay in shelter in place. Now they're going off of those ordeals. So now we have a lot of women veterans who need some assistance. So to you, Mr. Henderson, thank you.
I got a question though.
Yes, sir.
What if one of those women veterans have a boyfriend or obtain a boyfriend within those 2 years?
A boyfriend? What does a boyfriend have to do with it?
Okay, the program is to help homeless women veterans, right?
Right.
So say the person that we just watched in the video, Amy, she go out, she meet a guy after 6 months, and now they're dating or whatever, and then another 6 months go by, and now they're engaged.
Okay.
Are those women removed from the program?
Well, that is not something that I have the answer to, but I'm sure that they are able to help them with finances, and the guy, the boyfriend, or the fiance should be able to help support her through transitioning. And so it's a transitional home from what I saw from it, to where women veterans are able to transition to their own homes and become self-sufficient. So they help with all of the wraparound services. So you heard them say the resume, and then the home program, the SAFE program for financial education, and the next uniform for clothes, and to help them be successful. And then for a gentleman to appreciate something like that, he should be able to donate some money to help the cause. And going from taking her from in a living shelter situation to being self-sufficient, it should be a goal for everyone.
What if she was engaged or married before, while she was in duty?
There's a lot of women that were domestic violence victims, and I'm sure that they were able to get away from the bad situation. Or if they are in a situation to where it's two or more of them, then they have the programs that allow for financial assistance through the home program, where they can get the financial assistance on the SAFE program, to where they need help with bills. They can call and get information from the organization, from Final Salute, to be
so
able
they
to
do
help
couples.
Bills. Well, yes, they help women veterans that are on the verge of any type of homelessness. Question? You seem like you had a question.
I'm just saying. Well,
maybe we should have them on the show, and then we
we should.
Yes,
I think we should.
We should have them on the show. Miss Jazz Booth is the executive director, the founder, and I have met them. They are some amazing women. I wish I could have all of the judges and everyone on the show one day. So hopefully we will get them to come on and talk about their experience from Miss Veteran America and what they are doing in the community. So we'll reach out to them soon. All right. So what do you have on credit? I know we talk about the Final Salute having the SAFE program, but we also have our programs as well. So we'll talk about that.
All right. Well, stop dealing with bad credit. This segment is brought to you by nthcredit.net. We can help you remove foreclosure, student loans, late payments, bankruptcies, charge-offs, public records, collections, and more. We can also help with judgments, repossessions, tax liens, inquiries, medical bills, child support, and evictions. All right. For more details, give us a call at 888-959-2093. Email is nthcredit@gmail.com. Website www.nthcredit.net. All right. And so when we talk about some of the things that we can help remove, you have to understand that all of those items that was listed have a certain way that they must be reported. Your data furnishers must report information in a compliant manner. All right. So if your child support is not furnishing, right, the information properly to your credit report, that's how child support is removed. A negative item can stay on the credit report from 7 to 10 years. After 10 years, that negative reporting must be removed, or it runs into expired debt or zombie debt, which allows us to remove tax liens, judgments, and bankruptcies. All right, charge-offs, different way to go about it, but it's all still the same. After 7 to 10 years, no negative item is allowed to remain on the report. All right. Now, another thing that we also teach is how to manage your credit cards responsibly. So I made a flyer about the 8 times to use a credit card and when to use the credit card. All right. 8 reasons that you want to use a credit card is: number 1, it builds credit history.
That's right.
You want to look for ones that have that are revolving. All right. Yes, that does include the secured cards where you have to put your own money on the line. All right. You get sign-on bonuses from credit card issuers. Some credit cards offer cash back. Right.
Oh, I like those.
The Visa cards, the Capital One cards, that have reward programs.
The Navy Federal cash back.
Yep. So as you swipe your card, you earn points to things like travel. Right. You can also track your spending, which is important because that's how you keep your budget. Right. You want to keep your credit card balances under 30%, but I tell people to keep them around 5% once the statement gets ready to be sent to the credit bureau.
Right.
Fraud protection. You ever out, you lose your wallet, somebody break your car, steal your purse, steal your wallet, had a night out on your tab, you didn't know it. You call those credit card providers, say, hey, I think this is a fraudulent charge. You're no longer responsible for those charges.
Right.
All right. Universally accepted. Credit cards are accepted everywhere. Everywhere. All right. Some credit cards even let you transfer your balance. So you could take the balance from one credit card that's about to potentially become derogatory. You can transfer that balance to another card. All right. And those are the 8 reasons to use a credit card.
That's great.
Very good. Very good.
All right. Thank you for that. All right. So let's get through these flyers and events that we have going on. Comprehensive medical canna classes for everyone. They include dispensary tech or your canna pharmacologist, your cannabis broker and consultant, which Mr. Henderson discusses the business part, and medical cannabis health coaches, as well as state-approved weekly Saturday classes. All right. And so I am your instructor. You can reach us at 888-959-2093 or take your camera and click on this QR code and get enrolled today. All right. Book a wellness scan with me today. Feel that happiness when your money is saved. All right. So go ahead. If you're wanting an outside doctor or you want a second opinion or a holistic approach, please give me a call. Contact me at my local number, 404-631-6360 today. My baby. If you all have an animal, it's a service animal, you all can have them registered for the Assistant Dogs of America. The ADA registry.com is officially able to get your dog or your animal, it doesn't matter if it's a dog or not, registered to be a service connected or service dog. And shouts out again to our organization and to our clinic, the Holistic Society Health and Wellness Clinic, winning Best of Georgia 2022. We want to thank all of those who voted for us and continue to strive to be the best clinic that we can be in Georgia, and hopefully expanding to other states who need us. All right, so we're getting ready to have our annual Natural to Life. So this is Natural to Life 2023, and we are having it simultaneously in Georgia and in Texas at the same time. So that is going to be an interesting event. If you're wanting to partner or sponsor, please give us a call. You have the number. If not, it is 888-959-2093, and this is our back to school edition, and it's happening September the 9th, 2023, a fashion, natural hair show, and a talent show. 3 events under one roof, okay? All right. Join the Gift of Life Community Home. If you have not already joined, you get a bunch of discounted perks. We were in Riverdale. We're no longer in Riverdale. We're at Tucker, 2302 Park Lake Drive. And that is in Atlanta, Georgia, actually. Atlanta, Georgia, 30345. But you can join for $10 a month. That's the lowest segment for it is $10, and it goes up depending on the type of membership you get. So we have a individual membership, we have a family membership, we have a business membership, and a nonprofit membership, so that we can collaborate and extend our services to those outside of our service areas, or for those who just want to connect with us to help in the community. All right, so please give us a call or go to our website at thegiftoflifecommunityhome.wordpress.com or giftoflifecommunityhome.org. We do have a .org, but I love WordPress because I'm a blogger, and you can see all the different blogs we have about eating healthy and your health and wellness. We do offer classes through our nonprofit organizations: the computer, the financial credit restoration and repair, business etiquette, health coaching, medical cannabis and hemp, fitness, tutoring, cooking, gardening, teeny weeny, teen fitness program, music is healing, women, self-defense, aromatherapy, natural hair and skin, natural first aid, food allergies, first-time home buyers. So our memberships are those who get you access to those classes. If you want to become a member, just pay your $10 and you can go ahead and get that. That includes food pantry visits, scholarship seats to our workshops and seminars, and our classes, because our classes are great. They're state approved medical cannabis courses, and they are wonderful. You get certifications and you can get jobs. So we're offering job training through these classes. We also have food management, which we are helping those who want to work in the food industry become managers. So if you're interested in becoming a member, please call us today. All right, so shouts out and happy birthday to Miss Felicia Rashad, who had a birthday this past last week, actually. And so we just want to salute her for being the TV mom of the century. Go girls, never age, just look the same, graceful and beauty. And we look up to you, Miss Felicia Rashad, as being the TV mom that that you were, and being such a good example. So shouts out. Oh man, this was a tragedy that happened this past week. Mr. Henderson, you can talk more about that.
These 5 guys was trapped in a submersible while they were going to go look at some wreckage with the Titanic.
Yep.
There's some controversy around this particular submersible, because from what I understand or from what I read, they were told that this thing was not safe.
It was not safe. Right?
But the guy still decided to put it out there and make this trek to the near bottom of the ocean. And sadly, these guys did not make it back. Sometimes people say things are not going to work as a not to be negative about what you're trying to do, but as a, hey man, this really ain't gonna work, okay, because of XYZ and XYZ. But sometimes a person can, oh man, you just being a hater, you just being a hater. Well, maybe if that guy would have listened, all 5 of those guys would have been alive.
Is there a lawsuit or something that's going to come about with that?
I'm sure that there'll be some type of legal recourse that the surviving family members can take against that company.
Right.
But if that company files bankrupt, that's yet to be seen, because it was a company. What type of company it was, I'm not sure. Did they have any board members? I'm not sure. But I even saw on Facebook, and I don't know how accurate this is, but I seen it on Facebook that a French submarine was actually trying to look for debris as well. And that submarine also went missing.
Oh, no.
They're not talking about that.
Oh, so
neither,
there's another one.
Yeah. Neither is the media talking about the 750 people who sank in the boat in Greece on nearly around the same time that this submersible went missing.
700?
They ain't talking about that either. Neither is anybody really talking about the deal, what's going on with Hunter Biden.
Oh.
Ain't nobody talking about that either. Not really. So it looks like we got another successful distraction. Did you know that The Simpsons actually aired about a submarine which Homer Simpson was driving it back in 2006 or 2009? Homer Simpson was in a submarine looking for wreckage, and guess what happened to Homer Simpson? Right. The submarine got stuck.
On The Simpsons. The one who predicts everything that happens in life.
The Simpsons win again, man.
They win again.
The Simpsons win again.
Bam, where's my bam when I need it?
Man, I'm just saying, man, the internet is undefeated.
Okay. Well,
there's still a tragic situation, though. It don't take away from that.
Yes.
All right? It don't take away from that. Rest in peace to all of the people who died.
Yes.
Rest in peace to the folks.
To the families, to everyone involved.
You got my deepest sympathy.
This is that was a tragic, and I talked about that earlier. Just saying that we saw this, we heard this going on, and it was, almost like it was our own family, that was going through this, and we just, want to send out a shout to the family and the loved ones to let them know that we're praying and that God is going to take care of you, whatever situation that you're in. Just make sure that you trust and believe that everything is going to work itself out. And especially in this matter with that ship.
It reminds me of the lyrics to this song. Tragedies are commonplace. All kinds of diseases. People are slipping away. Economy's down. There's no place seems to be safe. I mean, y'all go Google them lyrics, you'll find the song.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you, Lord.
What's next?
All right, so there's a new strain that we want to talk about.
This strain right here is called PTSD.
Oh.
So you can imagine by the name what it treats. All right. It is a hybrid strain that was bred by David McDowell, not William McDowell, David McDowell,
Right.
of Nerdy Birdie Farms, Port Townsend Sour Diesel, a.k.a. PTSD, is a hybrid of Revival and Sour Diesel with a 1-to-1 CBD-THC ratio. PTSD's buds are light green with yellow to orange hairs, and its pungent odor holds on to the sour diesel flavor and aroma while adding subtle hints of bubble gum. I want some of that. This unique high calms the racy effects of sour diesel, making this the perfect strain for anyone looking to relax their body and mind into a state of bliss.
Ooh.
With a 1-to-1 CBD THC ratio.
That's great. Yeah.
That's why I want to try it.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
So y'all, if y'all have not watched the show before and know what the ratios mean, a ratio meaning that is the same percentage of cannabis THC, which is a psychoactive, to the non-psychoactive CBD, which it alters each other, so it cancels out the effects of the high. So you're not feeling high, you're actually getting a just medical benefit from it. And
it's a full body experience.
It's a full body, and it's not going to cause you to not operate heavy machinery and things like that, but you want to try it slow, get a low dose and see how it works and work your way up. I'm also actually in the process of printing a journal, which will come with our courses for the medical cannabis health coach. So if you want to become a medical cannabis health coach and help others in your area and just let them know how it works and all the usage, and you get all of the comprehensive training through the Atlanta, Georgia Academy of Cannabis Science in alliance with the Gift of Life Community Home, which is our nonprofit, you will be able to become certified through the American Association for Drugless Practitioners and be able to work with your own patients. So call us to get enrolled in that course, which starts every Saturday. So we're waiting on you to call us to enroll today and get certified to work with others, especially those that need, it's like the veterans who need the medical cannabis. All right, so anything else, Mr. Henderson, you want to talk about before we go?
I'm tired of talking. My jaws just get tired.
Oh, he's tired of talking. Is it time to eat yet?
It's time to eat.
It's time to eat.
It's always time to eat.
All right, so we
smothered pork chops, candy yams, greens, cabbage, cornbread. Bring it to me.
All right, so y'all heard it. Y'all heard it here. Mr. Henderson's ready to eat. We hope you all had a great Sunday. And until next week, same time and place. Peace.